busy time for Ancient Aliens. The new series, Ancient Aliens Origins, coming soon to History Channel. And the live tour is going to kick off in a few short weeks, which includes a stop at the Genesee Theater in Waukegan on December 6th. We have leading expert Giorgio Tsoukalos here to give us a preview. Thank you so much for your time today.
Well, thank you for having me, Rudy.
The tour's kicking off October 18th in Orlando. Give us a glimpse of what people can expect this fall and winter.
So Ancient Aliens Live is essentially an experiential add-on to the show Ancient Aliens. So if you want to experience one of our episodes live, come on down and, we'll show you clips, we'll show you slides with some of your favorite contributors of Ancient Aliens, such as myself, William Henry, Nick Pope, and in this particular case, Jason Martell. So we can't wait to see you. And by the way, it's fun for the whole family. Bring your family, bring all your friends for a fun night out on the town.
And then especially too, people are going to be excited because they're just going to get to be able to start watching the new series, Ancient Alien Origins, which is exploring some of the biggest topics from the past 15 years. Tell me a little bit about, some of those things that you get asked about all the time, or that you're like, we got to bring this back.
Yeah, I mean, Ancient Aliens Origins Live airs on Monday, October 7th on the History Channel. And it's basically a celebration of 15 years Ancient Aliens, where we'll revisit some of the archival material. But then in between, we have a discussion. So you'll see also that we've all aged like fine wine. And so I would encourage anyone to tune in because things also have changed. We've learned a whole bunch of more things. There were new discoveries in 15 years. So you'll just have to tune in to see what it's all about.
These stones in Bolivia that you get to go to and get to explore. I mean, that is just so fascinating.
What you're referring to is a place called Puma Punku, which is situated right next to Tiwanaku in the highlands of Bolivia. And there we have some of the most sophisticated ancient cutting techniques, stonemasonry, that was done on andesite, which is igneous rock, meaning very, very hard. The tools that they found there are made of iron, bronze, and copper. And unfortunately, it is an impossibility to cut andesite with bronze and with copper. So the question mark still remains, how was it done? And, I think that Puma Punku is one of the bucket list items that anyone in this audience right now should go and visit in person if they can.
As far as unexplored areas or areas that you wanted to go back to, I mean, tell me a little bit about those destinations, because, we're not talking necessarily, cities in the US, but some of these places in South America, in Egypt. I mean, talk a little bit about, some of those areas that you're like, oh, we just can't wait to discuss this, either on the live tour or on the show.
Well, one of my favorite cities or one of my favorite countries to visit every time is Greece, my ancestral home, because their mythologies are filled with ancient astronaut references, gods descending from the sky and aiding humanity. But if I had to pick another place, then it would be the island of Ponape in the North Pacific, where we have a site called Nan Madol. And Nan Madol is essentially the eighth wonder of the world, where you have these giant basalt columns that have been put up on top of each other like Lincoln logs or a Swiss chalet. And this was at a time, when nobody, even the local population, says that these stones were flown in by two giant roosters with glowing eyes and skin made of metal. So what were they referring to? I mean, there are no roosters with glowing red eyes and metal skin. So were they referring to something that I referred to as misunderstood technology and some type of a craft?
That is so fascinating. The ocean, the moon, locations that, are hard to, access by plane, or that most people can go to. What fascinates you the most, or what is kind of that next area that you're like, we got to find a little bit more information about some of these places?
Well, I can't wait for us to go back to the moon, and then we're making these preparations to go to Mars. And there are already anomalies that we know and have seen on satellite imagery from the moon, like there are Nazca lines on the moon. And on Mars, we know that there may have been some sort of a face and things like that. So, I think that once our astronauts are on Mars, I think that they may just discover that we contrary to what some other entrepreneurs are saying, we are not the first.
We cannot wait to watch the new series. We cannot wait to see you on tour. Ancient Alien Origins, October 7th on History Channel. And plus, go ahead and check out the tour. kicking off October 18th in Orlando and coming to the Genesee Theater in Waukegan on December 6th. Giorgio, always a pleasure. And thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. And I can't wait to see all of you there.
We'll see you in Chicagoland.
Thank you.